I think this is pretty huge, and I could already see it. I don't participate in the stupid console wars. I own an Xbox, I own a PlayStation, I own a Nintendo Switch. That's where it's at, man. I understand having preferences. Maybe some people don't want to buy all the consoles. I get it, but the weirdness, especially between Xbox and PlayStation, the fanboy, it's just dumb, man. If you have your preference, great. But there is no doubt that there's been a little bit of a headache for some Xbox fans, especially with Baldur's Gate 3 coming out, with it launching on the PS5 first, and then not really knowing. I mean, it's coming out on the PS5 in like what, a week or so, and nobody knew for sure when is it coming out for the Xbox. And then it was like, well, I think the Series S is what's holding it back, and unfortunately, that's the way it seemed because yeah, it's not as powerful of a console. It's more of a budget, console to get into that ecosystem, that Microsoft Xbox ecosystem. I think it's a wonderful option. I have an Xbox Series S, and I love having it. And I think this sets a precedent that going forward, maybe some people be annoyed, but at the same time, like, why gimp the overall market for people who want to play these games on the Xbox when there may be an issue with the feature parity for both systems, the Series X and the Series S, and you can't get something working properly on the Series S, but you can on the X, but you can't launch it till you figure it out, or just gimp everything all together. That's kind of, sucks, man. But Sven Vinky here with Baldur's Gate 3, he's the CEO founder of Larian Studios, just tweeted this a very short while ago, that he's super happy to confirm that after meeting with Xbox yesterday, they found a solution that allows them to bring Baldur's Gate 3 to Xbox players this year. This year. That is excellent news. Something that they've been working towards for quite some time. Baldur's Gate 3 is an awesome game. We've talked about it in the previous video. I enjoy it. I know it's not for everybody, but it's kind of like a game that just kind of went viral. It went nuts. A lot of people playing it. I bought it on Steam. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna buy it on the PS5 just to have that as an option. But he goes on to state, all improvements will be there with split screen co-op on the Series X, but the Series S will not feature split screen co-op, but will also include cross-save progression between Steam and Xbox Series consoles. So, any Xbox console, Series S, Series X, between Steam, boom, cross-save progression. I think you do have to have that like Larian, login or whatever to enable that, but that's fine. But yeah, this was just put out. People, I think there's some mixed emotions here because I'm sure, originally it was like, hey, Xbox, everything has to be the same on the Series S and the Series X. You can't change something. Like, yeah, graphics fidelity, maybe performance is going to be at a disadvantage on the Series S versus the Series X, but the game has to be fundamentally and functionally the same. But this right here is changing that. And I think that's a good thing, man. I think that's good, but I can already see people complaining about this. I want to kind of see what some of the comments are. Some people, I'm super happy to hear this. Thank you guys. Hopefully this means we'll get some new Xbox collector's editions. Yeah, that would be cool. So happy about this. Good to hear. Thank you. I'm surprised, man. I thought I was going to see a lot more negativity here. I will wait for the Xbox version then, since I have Starfield next week. Oh yeah, Starfield's coming out. Great to hear. The game needs to be in everyone's hands. Big win. Yes, yes, yes. When can I play it on my Texas Instruments calculator? Awesome. No split screen on the S. Yeah, the follow-up was no split screen on the Series S. Let's go. So yeah, there's a lot of it looks like there's a lot of people who are excited for this, and that's I'm curious to hear from you guys how you feel about that, because I'm pretty sure that's what the initial plan was, or that not what this is, but the initial plan was that, hey, the Xbox Series X and S, they have to, the games have to fundamentally be the same. And they can't have like missing features, just maybe the performance, graphics, fidelity slightly different, FPS, resolution, that kind of thing. I'm gonna have to look it up. Everywhere I look, I've been Googling, seeing what people are talking about. as far as feature parity, that's what it is. The feature parity clause. I'm just seeing tons of arguments out there, especially with Baldur's Gate 3 and the issues with that, how the developers do have this clause with Microsoft. And I've seen, arguments about should it be broken? Can it be broken? I think on this Reddit post, this one person was like, it can't and never will happen. Almost no game today is so GPU limited that you can't scale down the graphics. But maybe that's not really the issue with the split screen stuff. But you've had people like, nope, this will never happen. It's Microsoft won't allow it. And then you see articles with Forbes, Microsoft's Xbox Series S parity demands are now handing Sony free wins. And that's unfortunate, like, because it fuels those flames of this stupid console war nonsense that's going on out there. Like, I don't care what your preference of console is. You could be playing on a freaking Game Boy and you don't even care about any of this stuff. If you enjoying yourself, there ain't no reason to be knocking other people. But it's stupid. Sometimes it's funny seeing, Xbox put something out, PlayStation fans, or not fans, but like fanboy, the fanatics will be, going at them. And then it's the other way too. The Xbox people will be attacking PlayStation. It's like, man, there's pros and cons to all these consoles, and pros and cons and whatnot with the way these companies go about things. And none of them are above criticism. And that's 100% the truth. But for sure, I think with this parity demand thing that was going on, it may have been gimping a lot of things and causing some issues for developers. And with this now, with Larian being able to come up with this with Xbox, I mean, hopefully it's something that doesn't have to be like put into place too often, but I'm hoping that this does wind up being an option. My only fear is that this is an exception just for them because Xbox sees how huge this is. And with PlayStation getting it first and them not, figuring out a release for it for the Xbox, like that, hey, this is so huge, we're just going to give them an exception, but nobody else. Maybe some developers like, we don't even want to figure this out. Just give us an exception. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing, but then it could also lead to some weirdness out there. I'm really curious to hear what you guys got to say. I think this is good news in my opinion. But yeah, I'm sure other people will think otherwise. But so far, seeing a lot of the comments on this post from Sven, it looks mostly positive. Like it's coming to Xbox. Good news. But yeah, there's that caveat. No split screen on Series S. Sorry, just the way it is. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye.